with the right degree. We won't burn, we'll never freeze, and you'll find us floating. We can only be seen from afar, pacing the sky at the speed of the stars. We move in slow motion. We're orbiting now, yeah. We're going round and round, yeah. Gravity can't even hold us down, yeah. We're stargazing all night. We're orbiting the sunlight. We're stargazing all night. Yes, we're orbiting the sunlight. We scatter blue light without waves, a halo that glows in our space, and we came out of nowhere. And beyond the invisible line, a world ready for naked eyes in a thick atmosphere. Orbiting now, yeah. We're going round and round, yeah. Gravity can't even hold us down, yeah. We're stargazing all night. Yes, we're orbiting the sunlight. We're stargazing all night. Yes, we're orbiting the sunlight. You got my head in the clouds, I never wanna come back down. You got my head in the clouds, I never wanna come back down to earth, to earth, to earth, to orbiting now, yeah. We're going round and round, yeah. Gravity can't even hold us down, yeah. You got my head in the clouds, I never wanna come back down. You got my head in the clouds, I never wanna come back down. You got my head in the clouds, I never wanna come back down to earth, to earth, to earth, babe. No one ever wanna come back down. No one ever wanna come back. No one ever wanna come back down. No one ever wanna come back. No one ever wanna come back down. No one ever wanna come back. No one ever wanna come back down. No one ever wanna come back.
Hey, it's Wednesday. I nearly said Friday. How are we doing, guys? How are we doing out there? It is Wednesday. The weather's been atrocious. I've been stuck indoors doing boring things. I hope you have had a good few days. Apologies, I've not managed to live stream. It's been busy, which is good. I like being busy. How are we all doing? We've got Dave in the house. How you doing, Dave? Nice to have you on board. Andy is in the house. How's the moustache going today? Very good. Today's task, today's challenge to the world is to grow a beard and a moustache and go for it. I say just live the dream. It will change your life for the better. It did when I grew mine. It's never looked back. It's so much better. How are you all doing? Andy, how have you been, buddy? I believe you had a busy weekend, did you not? Or was that last weekend? I've lost track. The mug of coffee is needed today. Mine goes grey. Yes, well, we've all got a little bit of that in there, so don't worry, just go with it. Go with the grey. How you doing, Dave? Nice to have you on board. Listen, this is probably going to be a rather short live stream today. I tell you why. I'm not feeling great. Get the violins out. I know, I'm not feeling great. I don't know what's the matter with me. Just bugs and things. I don't know. Well, 1 minute, it wasn't that long ago when we were in sweltering heat. Heat, I tell you. Summer was upon us. Let me just turn the old iPhone off. Let's get rid of that. Right, okay. Yeah, we were really hot and everything. And it's just like, now it's all gone cold and dreary and a bit fed up, if I'm completely honest. But don't worry, I'm good. Bad news, we didn't win any lottery money. Andy Z is in the house. How you doing, Andy Z? If you were watching the last couple of episodes back, we chose him some winning lottery numbers, but it turns out we didn't win anything. Oh, well, never mind, Andy. Next time, so, hey, Ollie's in the house. How you doing, Ollie? I'm glad you could join us. I can't play the violin, but I can run my cat over with the strings of my guitar to make it up for it. That was to me, mate. Keep the cat safe, though. Make sure the cat doesn't mind. But give it a go. I like that. I'm envisaging that right now. We're going to have loads of people complaining. How you doing? Oh, well, it's all good. Now, listen. It's great to have you all here. Thank you very much. I hope I can live up to expectations. I am struggling a bit today, I must be honest, but the coffee's flowing, so we're all good. Now, I set a little fun little photography challenge. Elio. I have no idea what that means. I set a little photography challenge way back when Bank Holiday happened. Now, it was Bank Holiday that just happened not about 3 years ago. But we did a little photography challenge, and Andy in Ireland, I apologise because I've just caught up with all my... You look beautiful. Oh, thank you very much, sir. I apologise because you sent a message asking me on Facebook, what is the photography challenge? And I've only just spotted it. Apologies. I am very sorry, sir. I apologise. But next time. So the photography... Evening, Robert. How you doing, buddy? Nice to have you on board. And the little photography challenge was just a very... Hey, Matt is in the house. Good evening, Scott. Hey, good evening to you, Matt. Hope you're doing well. I hope you've been out taking lots of photographs. In fact, I hope you all have. So we set a little photography challenge. My followers are great, and I've got a real mix of people. We've got professional photographers, semi-professional photographers, amateur photographers, people that just like images, just like taking images. I don't care who you are, okay? It's all about creativity and sharing images and that kind of stuff. So photography challenge is what I set. It was for the bank holiday just to inspire everybody, to give you a purpose to get out with your camera if you maybe weren't working and you didn't have a reason to, because sometimes, you know, it's difficult to kind of, what the heck is that? Do you find stuff on your desk and you think, why have I put that there? What is this? This could be a secret note. Hang on 2 seconds. I will get back to the story. No, it's not. Right, okay. Yeah, so it's a little challenge just to set you all to just kind of give you a reason to get off the sofa. Give a reason to get out. And we had some great weather. So a few of you have entered, thank you very much. There's no prize. I apologise. The only prize, which isn't a prize, but the only credit that you may get is, if I like what I see, you'll get him arrive, Mr. Frog, the toad. He's more of a toad than a frog. I don't know actually what the difference is. But anyway, he's green. We'll call him Kermit. Kermit will arrive with the camera if I find the photograph that I most like. Now, it could be from an amateur, it could be from a professional. It's the one that inspires me, though. It could have brilliant lighting techniques. It could have absolutely amazing subject matter. It could tell a story. It could just inspire me. It could. So we're going to pick one. That is what we're going to do. And then I'm going to go to bed, I think, because I feel rubbish. Anyway, we'll carry on. Don't worry, I'll be all right, honestly. I'm a little soldier. I'll crack on. Hold on. Right, let's go over to Adobe Bridge. Make sure the old moustache is ready. Right, here we go. Let's go and have a little look and see what we've got over here. Let me just move you across the screen there. Hold on to your hat. Sorry to move you over there, but that's what needs to be done. Now I can see your comments. We've got that live. We've got that live. We've got that. Okay, here we go. You can tell I'm not on form this evening. Hey. Oh, hang on. I've forgotten what I'm doing now. Right there. I'll put that down there. Right. The first entry, and I don't think he's in the house with us today, is from Lee. Now, Lee sent a few photographs. We've got mainly Lee and Robert today. I haven't done one. I don't know what happened to my challenge. I haven't had time to sort it out. But anyway, I have done some pictures. We'll catch up with me another time. It's all about you. It's about you. That's what they say. Lee's done this cracking shot. Now, he says to me on this particular one he sent it in, Lee Spencer, he's one of my followers and he does some great stuff. He lives up in Leicester. And he's doing radio stuff. I think I can mention this for the BBC. He does a little bit of that. Great YouTube channel, that kind of stuff. And he loves his images and his storytelling and all that. Really, really good stuff. Go and check out his work. So Lee said, first entry for your bank holiday challenge. Rescued this little guy at my mum's whilst having a barbecue. He fell from a leaf and nearly ended up fried. Well, been there. You saved him though. It was good on you. It was taken on my iPhone SE, and I think it's an example of just how far phone cameras have come. Absolutely. I shared a link actually to the first ever camera, the phone camera, and how it came about. Phone camera on the phone. You get my drift. On Twitter and that kind of stuff. Amazing, this guy. I think it was a doctor that actually came up with the idea. And look where it's sort of taking us now. I love using the iPhone. It's brilliant. Like this image. It's good. It's good. Nice little picture. I have no idea what kind of bug that is, but he's done really well to get that close to an image with an iPhone and keep it all in there. Really, really good. Let's see what else he's done. Now he's done a few other ones. And this guy, oh, that's great, isn't it? Kestrel. It's not pin sharp. It doesn't matter. We're going to go with it. Next up, a Kestrel taken with my Canon EOS 500D. I take it back. Actually, it is probably pin sharp, and I tell you why it probably is pin sharp, because he messaged me these ones, and they're only very small resolution. But it's a cracking image. He admits, he says here, he was in the shadows and very wary of me, so not an easy capture. No, not an easy capture. And you know, you've got to work with what you've got, and the shadows are sometimes going to cause you a lot of problems. Ideally, in a different situation, you would have isolated the Kestrel off a little bit. The background's a little bit distracting on that one, but I like it. Maybe gone in a little bit closer. But I feel you, buddy. I know where you're coming from. I get the message that it was a struggle to get this image, but I like it. It's good. Have a look. I'd maybe make a suggestion. You could go a little bit black and white on that one. You could work on it just a little bit, eh? A little bit. Maybe go black and white, darken down. Round. If I'm the Kestrel now, just for a second, darken down all the way around me, so it brings your eye onto the Kestrel. Lighten up the Kestrel just a little bit. A little bit of Photoshop in there, just lighten him up a little bit. Put a little glint in his eye, and it will draw your eye in there. And just maybe tidy up the little crop in there. But it's nice. His eyes look suspicious. They do. I think he was very wary of our friend Lee. Great image, though. I like it. It's good. Let's see what else we've got from Lee. Now this is, what is it? Hang on, bear with me. Last up, a few pictures from Leicester City's festival, which ended up on the bank holiday. Brilliant. Picture one is The Lift by street theatre group Wet Picnic. That's a great name for a theatre group. If I'm ever going to be in a theatre group, I think I would possibly have a name like that. Wet Picnic. Well, it's good. I like this. You've got a bit of feeling about it. It's clearly something going on in the street. Like the angle, a little bit of a zany angle on there. City Festival, if you were shooting that for them, or you're doing a bit of promo or a bit of marketing or PR photography for them, that would be great because they have their logo in there. So it's nicely framed. I like the angle on that one. It's pretty good. Let's see what else. Let's keep it moving along. Now this shot here we go. The second, Project V. Project V, this is. An act based on the Old Soviet Circus Act. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Love the colour on this. Really good. A lot of punch to it. Even the building adds to it. Yeah, I think it does. You could say it could be a little bit distracting, but it's not. And I can see you're working with it. It's in the city environment. It doesn't necessarily say Leicester to me because I've never been to Leicester, but it does say city, and it says an outside street art group or theatre group, performers, works well, nice blue sky, lovely wisps of little bit of cloud in there, nice capture like that. The only thing I would say, and I don't want to come across as a critical photographer, even though I'm not feeling great, is if you would maybe just try to get, and you might have done, and this might be the best out of the whole sequence, I've got the get a shot of the what do you call them? Help me out here, folks. The juggling items, the things that they throw. I have no idea. You can see them in the photograph. They're long and pink, and those things, right, in the air. That would have been quite good. Yeah, maybe in the air, flying across to the other guy. Might have worked, might not have done, but I like the colours on that one. Another top tip, if you're ever doing anything like that, street performers and anything theatre, let's go back to the other one. Theatre group, juggly thingamajigs. Thank you, Ollie. I knew you'd know, you see. I knew you know. The juggly thingamajigs, that's them there. Okay, I can't point because I'm on the... Juggly thingamajigs in the air, maybe. Could work, but I still like it. I like the crop. I like the square image as well. I like square image. We were talking about Instagram, going over to the landscapey stuff on that one, but I like a square image. Works for me. It's good stuff. What I was going to say is about theatre groups. If you're a bit like our kestrel friend, a little bit, you know, wary of other people, you may be not as confident as you would like to be with getting out and taking photographs. Top tip, if you want to do street photography and dealing with people and build up your confidence, is this kind of theatre stuff that's in the street or events where people are dressed up. You know, you might have a vintage festival somewhere. You might, a lot of the stuff that we have going on, we have kind of stuff down in Brighton where you have, I mean, Brighton's full of this kind of stuff. So you have mods and rockers kind of weekends and bikers coming down there, and numerous. I think there's a big science festival happening on at the moment. Not that I've managed to find anything to go and photograph of it just yet, but maybe there is. The point is, these kind of things, people are almost get offended if you don't go and take their photograph, you know? So it's a lot easier to approach people, yeah? Because they're there, especially a theatre group. They're in the street and they want you to, A, watch them. So a good tip is do your pictures as they're performing, yeah, and time your moment. And normally they will have a little break or they come to the end of their act and they say, oh, okay, back in half an hour. That's your golden opportunity to go up to them. They can only say no. Go up to them and say, look, would you mind? I'm just thinking this shot here, you see. Would you mind? Can I take a photograph do a portrait of you? I've shown you some of my portraits before, but stick with your images here. Can I do a portrait of you? And, you know, use your environment, do a nice environment photograph and take them. Use the backdrop of that blue sky, maybe. Use the backdrop of the building behind them and get them holding up the juggly thingamathings. Would you get an email address and offer them copies? Yeah, I would do. I think it's important if people help you to reward them, to say thank you back to them. If they've taken the time to pose for a photograph for you. Yeah, I don't think there's any harm in that, you know. It just shows goodwill, yeah? And people love it, especially if you do a good job, right? And the caveat is when you're doing the photograph, you say, if I've got a really good one, I'll send you it. If it doesn't come out right, again, if you want to build up your confidence and you don't want to put too much pressure on yourself by saying, oh yeah, I'm going to send you this amazing photograph, and then you get back and you think, oh, okay, my lighting's not great, the angle's not brilliant, I really messed up on that one, and then they never hear from you again because you didn't even bother to send them an email. Just say, if I get a really nice image, it's in that. And also, what you can also do, you get my drift, is because you've got their contact details, send them a copy of it, and at the same time you can say to them, hey, look, I'm an amateur photographer, I've got a little Facebook page, or I've got a website, would you mind if I put it on there? You know, so you can get their little written permission on there, file that away, and then you've got that. Obviously, you can't use it commercially in any way. You would need model releases. But if you wanted to take that a step further and you were going to deal with model releases and say you want to submit stuff to a stock agency or a library of some kind, there's a golden opportunity to build up a relationship. If you don't feel confident enough to ask at that moment that you're taking the photograph, and let's face it, people might be a bit suspicious if you suddenly say, oh, hang on, can you fill in this form so I can do something with them? You can build up a contact with them. And maybe a future customer, yeah, I've had people contact me and say, hey, look, can you come back and do some shots of us? So it's a great way of building up a little set of contacts. And you can then, you know, when it's not their busy time, which I guess is summertime for a lot of people, isn't it? You know, when the summertime has finished, you can contact them again. You've built up that little bit of relationship. They trust you because you made sure they got a copy of the photograph. And then you can say, hey, I was thinking about doing some pictures for my portfolio or the agency that I work for, or for a little photo shoot. You know, would you be willing to come and, you know, spend an hour or two? I'll buy you some coffee or whatever, or give you some copy of the pictures for your website, as long as you credit me. And you can build up a nice relationship for that. Anyway, that's what I would do. And it kind of works, gives you that confidence. Now, what else have we got here? We've got, who's up next? I'm not too sure. Patrick. So Patrick is in London. Don't knock over the lights, Scott, whatever you do. God, I keep doing that. Let's get my assistant to sort that out for me. Now, Patrick is up in London. Now, I believe, I don't think he's on here today. Patrick, are you there? Hey, Patrick, are you there? I don't think he is live. These photographs were taken, I believe, at the Notting Hill Carnival, which was happening. It's a carnival I've never been to. Slurp my coffee, hold on. It's clearly doing the trick because I'm feeling better, thank you. I've never been to Notting Hill Carnival. I'd love to go. The images that you could capture would be great. It's not a bad stock shot, but it's a bit static. This one here that you're showing, Andy, or the other one. I think you probably mean the other one. I think we've got a slight delay on that one. I really like this image. Yeah, really, really like this image. You can see the movement in the shadows. I think it's a lovely capture. Nice black and white shot. Really dark. He's gone really meaty. Well, I call kind of meaty with the blacks. Yeah, he's got dark. He's got a bit of atmosphere with it. I like it. I went once last year. This is Ollie talking to us now. I went once last year, but far too busy for an old man like me. Well, yeah, there is that, buddy. I think it gets very, very busy and very chocker. But sometimes you don't just wander around the area. I don't know that part of London particularly well, but I think one day I'd love to go and just check it out. I think it's the kind of thing you need to either get up there really early or even stay over a couple of days just to get the full atmosphere of it. So like this image, really good. Nice job, Patrick. Really, really super image. What can I say about this image? I don't think I could improve this image in any way. Not from what he's taken. Sure, you could change the angle of it and maybe not get the white lines in there. But I don't know the situation that he was in. There is a hint on here. If I was being really trying to be subjective and help in some way, there's a hint that you could possibly have just brought the camera down a little bit and just got the shadows. I would have probably have tried that shot as well. I like the feet in there though. Yeah, the feet, they almost look, I was going to say Morris men, but they're probably not, okay? Dancers of some kind. I like the feet in there, but you could have just maybe just brought the image, repositioned the camera just down a little bit and got exactly the same image, losing the guy at the top or the lady, can't quite make it out. They look like they've got an amazing hat on or hair, and got rid of the white line just in there. But I'm really being, kind of not trying to find fault, but just trying to give you ideas. Because these situations often come up again. It's so often the case that, as being a photographer, you just build up this arsenal of photographs and you use it as it's like your own little catalogue of images. And I've done that shot before. I'll do that shot again because it works. But the trick is to do the shot that you did maybe last year or the year before or 3 weeks ago or whenever, but also change it up. I say, well, I did that last time. I'll do it again now because it's a similar situation, but now I'm going to do something different. Yeah. So I'm just visualizing this shot with just the silhouettes on that tarmac road that it looks like there, which will look good. But cracking job like that. This is nice as well. Another one of Patrick's. Really good, really nice. People, lovely people portrait shot. They're holding a empty bottle or a bottle of Coke or whatever it is. I don't know what's in there, lemonade or maybe some beer in there. I don't know, glass of wine. Why not? Really nice image, super. Again, I don't know whether I would alter that in any way. Dave, are you still here? Dave, is Dave still live with us? Lovely image, really nice black and white one. I think Patrick has, the last couple of times he's popped up and he's put some images through. I did say to him, yeah, it does. Good one. I'll just tell you what Ollie said in a minute because I forget not everybody can see the comments. I said to Patrick about just going real contrasty on these black and white images. I don't know whether he's done that on purpose today, but I can see a difference in his work. Yeah, I can see a difference. He's really gone. Take note of what's being said with the pics. Thank you, Andy. So Ollie has just said on here, let's just go back to his comment. The bottle adds a lovely balance to the shot. I think it does, wouldn't it? I don't think it would work. I tell you what it also does. It makes it look real. Yeah? It makes the person more human. It makes no sense, that quote. That thing I've just said makes no sense. I know it doesn't, okay? But it brings a bit of life into it, yeah? A bit more realistic to me, You know, the picture looks real. It looks like a kind of shot that's happened on the street, which we all know from watching it on the telly, whether we've been or not. Notting Hill Carnival, less pose, exactly. Notting Hill Carnival is all about it happening in the streets and real people. Yeah, they're not necessarily theatre performers. They're just people having a great time and going out and really enjoying it. But yeah, like that image, really good. Okay, so let's go over to Robert's now. So Robert is also on here at the moment. I don't know how many coffees you've had, Robert, today, but I thought you had a few. Got a nice selection here, colour. I'm liking the colour on these, Robert. I've had a little look through, and your colour, no flash, available light. You've got some really nice warm, particularly this image, really nice warm tones to it. Yeah. Today, two today, he said. 2 cups of coffee today, brilliant. Lovely warm feel to this image, yeah? Obviously from the light, okay? And I'm guessing that's you in the frame, because otherwise you wouldn't have been able to take the photograph unless you photoshopped it in any way. So I like it, it's nice, very ornate, and it just works. I guess, I don't know, you might have had that feeling, you might have had that challenge of, am I gonna... It is nice. I really like it. It's just got this lovely warmth feeling to it. I guess you might have gone, when you're thinking about this image, am I going to try and get nobody in the picture frame? Yeah, you got, haven't you? And then you're going to end up to the side of the picture. You're going to end up, it's all going to be at funny angles. You might not be able to get the light in there. 8 cups of coffee for Andy in Ireland. You're buzzing, buddy. And you've just gone for it, yeah? There's two or three images, isn't there? Trying not to get anything in there, in that reflection, or in the mirrored image, in the mirror, and then, or gone straight into it. And I like it. Just go for it. Straight into it. Lovely, lovely shot. Really like that. It's good. Nicely framed, nicely cropped. Good stuff. Literally framing in the shot. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Hey, buddy, how you doing? Nice image. These are all Robert's now we're going to show you now. So he had a busy bank holiday, and I love it because I like seeing other people's work. Let me swig my coffee. Like this. For me, personally, composition is nice. I know I've always had trouble saying that word. Works good for me. For me, it's crying out to be black and white. Me personally, black and white. That rust would just come through. Yeah, black and white shot. But I like it. Also, if I was it is a nice picture. It is nice. I hoped you work the image. I'm always on about working the image, and I'm gonna say that you probably did work the image, and you probably got, this is the best set. You know, you've got 3 or 4 different images out of this, different photographs out of this. But maybe if you didn't, remember to work the image. Cracking shot, good shot, go with it, and then go in tighter. Yeah, I can see a little cobweb just on the entrance to the lock there, the keyhole, just there. Yeah, you've got lovely texture. That's why I'm saying black and white. I'll be interested to see it in black and white. Might not work, but I may be interested. You've got lovely texture in there, so you could have come round a little bit if that was possible and worked the image, gone really tight in on the keyhole, just in there, and that whole box that's kind of holding the lock in place. Real tight image there. But yeah, cracking. What else we got from you? Another nice shot. I like this. I'll try the black and white. Yeah, please do. If you haven't used it already, because I know you've done some black and white stuff, there's lots of different bits and bobs out there that you can use. I like PicMonkey. I've said it before, not sponsored by them in any way. They offer a free service, so you can also pay for a little bit extra and get. They do some lovely little templates on there. You upload your image, and it's a quick way for people that don't want to have loads of software or haven't got super duper computers and all that kind of stuff. And you can just upload it and work on the image online. And they've got some nice little filters on there, and it's a quick way of tweaking it. And what have you. Have a little look. Like this is intriguing. I want you to tell us a little bit about this image, because I can see a bit of movement in the flag, in the Union Jack on there. So it looks like some kind of machine of some kind, like an eccentric inventor that's probably got a big moustache and wears waistcoats and lives in a grand house with wallpaper. like mine. And it's kind of moving. It looks like there's a bit of movement in there because it looks like the flag's doing this. Unless there's a bit of camera blur, I don't know. But it looks interesting shot. And it looks like the wheel is spinning around like that. Just, again, we've talked about getting atmosphere in a photograph. And you've got some atmosphere in these pictures. There we go. Ollie's just said, I love how the colour of the flag punches out. Yeah, doesn't it just? Doesn't that? If that flag was not there, you would have lost that whole device. That flag is just making you, it's catching your eye and making you want to look at that image and look further into it and explore it. I'm doing it now. I'm going, you know, what is in here? And the tapestry looks great. Here we go. It was a wacky item, Robert says, from a local inventor with various inventions around the house. Brilliant. Yeah, really like it. Super. Yeah, really brings the eye. The tapestry, the texture on that tapestry is super as well. You've got the nice bit of side lighting, so it's just emphasizing all the stitches and all the little patterns all across there. And as you say, you just got that lovely burst of color going through there. Nice image, like that. Like that. Let's see what else we've got. See, our problem is I would be no good as a real photo critic because I like everybody's images too much. Okay, so we got some, now my son actually, who's off to Leicester Uni very, very soon, is into his archery. So I'd be interested to see this. So you've got a nice shot of people working away. Nice colours on there. I don't like it, if I'm completely honest. I'm going to be hard here on you, Robert. I'm going to be hard. I don't like it as well as the other images, if I'm completely honest. I know it's a totally different image and we've got people in there. I think for me, it's a good capture. I think I would have maybe just timed it a little bit if I can. And maybe got the guy, the boy on the left-hand side as you're looking at the image, just waited until he was holding up. So you've got them, all three of them, which would have composed the image just a little bit nicer, just as a little suggestion, okay? Nothing you've done here is wrong. It's nice, it's straight, it works. But just to improve it, timing, yeah? Just wait for them all to be up, okay? Another shot you could have done, and I know the reason why you've done, I like the bullseyes in there as well, where they're aiming for. And you've almost got it. Do you see how this one on the right-hand side is just, you can see it, and the other two are just being covered. You can't see them with the people in front of them. Again, so as you're waiting for, this is in an ideal world now, it doesn't always happen. Maybe, you know, you're off to lunch and you just grab the image, but in an ideal world, you know, and you've got plenty of time and it all happens, just wait a little bit. So all three archers have got the arches up, ready to take a photo, ready to take a shot. You're ready to take a photograph. There's your shot. Boom. And then try and just work on it. Hey, hi Lee, how you doing? You missed your pictures, buddy. But great images there. And then just see if you could just time it to wait until the targets are clear. So you have three people. I know it's difficult because you've got three people stood next to them as well. Okay, but you've got three people taking a shot with the bow and arrow, and then you've got three clear targets. I think that just would have tidied it up a little bit for me, and it just would have made it. But I hope that's of use anyway. Yeah, good to have you, Lee. Lovely images. Obviously, really nice shots out on the street. Really good. Now I suppose I got to choose one, haven't I, for this one? Let's keep going. We've got Robert's shot here. Blondie goes wild. Blondie certainly does go wild in this shot. Hi all, sorry I had an unexpected thing turn up at work. Hey, these things happen, mate. Oh, crap. I missed the challenge. Ah, next time, buddy. Next time. Would have been great to see some of your work. Because I know you got some good stuff on Instagram, as you all have. Got bits and bobs out there, which is really good. Blondie goes wild. I tell you what, this is a lovely shot. This is, you know, again, if you're covering it for an event and you're covering it for a client or maybe them, really nice shot. You've got the billboard in there. It says what it is. It's a tribute act, unless it's the real Blondie. I'm not too sure, but I don't think it is. Tribute act, and it just really nice shot. Nicely composed, nice colouring in on there. Yep, works for me. Of course, around that image, you'll know what I'm going to say. Go in tight. people singing sometimes. It's tricky to get a decent shot. Actually, Andy in Ireland's done some cracking shots out on the stage. It's been a while since I photographed anybody on stage in a proper concert or anything like that, but I've done a few over the years as working as a photographer. And sometimes a really close-up image of their face, microphone, doing all that kind of stuff works, or sometimes it doesn't work. It's very difficult to gauge that. Sometimes it just looks horrendous because they're going like that, just as I'm singing like that. I'm not going to sing today. And another time it really works. So yeah, if you can get close enough to the stage, sometimes that works. Let's have a little look. Brilliant. Now this shot here, actually Robert said he was taken. So Alicia's saying I got a full shot like this and then cropped it in close. Yeah, you can do that. Robert's just coming back to my comments on the other shot. Let's just sling back here to explain. The stage was far away from where I was allowed to stand in this case. Yeah, I know, it's tricky, isn't it? Crack it. It's a good shot. It's there. It's working. It's good. I could see that you've taken that on a long lens. So yeah, getting closer is sometimes, it just doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. It's good shot, nicely composed, really good, like it. Nice clean image. I told you I'm going to like everybody's images today. Now this is really, really good. I love this image. Okay, I think you might get the Mr. Frog in a moment. It's all there. This is a really good, fun, people portrait, fun, lively image. It's brilliant, nicely composed, colours are great, brick wall behind him. It doesn't matter there's a brick wall behind him. I know you said when you submitted it that he didn't have a lot of time, and it was one of those shots, I'm going to guess, did you ask him? It looks like he's posing for you. I know you said he didn't have a lot of time, he was off somewhere else. You've got to go with what you've got to work with. It's either that or you didn't get it. You smile when you see it, don't you just? Great picture, very spur of the moment, yeah. I love the way it's cropped with the colours. Yeah, it's great, really nice crop on that one. Really good. Can't see what these Jolly Jingles, I think it is. On his badge it says Jolly Jingles. I think that's what it says anyway. So brilliant, yeah, absolutely super. I mean, he would love that image, and I think that's a cool image. Cool image. You could try just to see what it looks like. Sounds like I'm really negative about everything. I try not to be. Merely an encouragement. Just bring the edges in just a little bit. You just to see. It's a lovely image. You could just bring the corners of the photograph in a little bit, just to draw your eye in there a little bit. But hey, look, if you didn't do that, no one's going to be offended. Lovely image, well worth putting that up on Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want, because it's cracking. Really good. Last one. Here we go. This is a nice people shot. I could see this image on. I tell you, you're excelled, Robert, out there. You're negative. Good photographer pun. Thank you, Molly. Good local newspaper, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Local newspaper shot. Having said that, I could see that in any kind of newspaper. Don't whether it's local or national or a magazine. They look relaxed. I don't know whether I'd be interested to know, Robert, if you knew the people in the photograph or whether you just went up and took their photograph and asked them. Because you're quite close. You probably shot it on a bit of a wide angle lens, so you're clearly in their environment. So yeah, you can't. I don't think you've just nipped in and done a paparazzi moment and walked away again, or maybe you have. But it's really natural, really nice picture. Them chatting away, nice sky in there. It's a classic car show, maybe. It certainly looks like it. I just went up and asked. Great people. There we go. Great stock image. Yeah, I can see that. Can't you, Andy, see that? And anybody else out there can see that being used across the boards. Yeah, that's it. There we go. You go up and ask, and this is what you get. And so many times, people are fine with it. It's so much easier now. So much easier than it ever used to be because people are used to it, you know. Lovely. I don't think the lighting is perfect on that one. You know, they're looking at the camera, ladies looking at, they're all smiling. That's one of the key things. Village Fate, brilliant. Yeah. I wondered whether it was a motor car show with the, you've got some of the cars in the background. I guess they've got some on display. Isn't that lovely for a lovely Village Fate? If I'd seen it sooner, I would have said at the moment you've taken that, to put that to the local paper and just say, do you know what, you know, local papers have no money anymore, okay? Zero money. So you probably wouldn't get a payment for it, but I bet you would have got a little photo credit on that one. And they would have used that, because that's that. I would have been pleased with that if I got that. Especially the fact that you've got, look, you've got a lovely little picnic in front of them. Yeah, really, really good image. It has copy space well exposed, people, natural, that's a seller, it sure is. Lessons learned. Hey, well, yeah, you might have got a little bit of publicity for yourself out of it, raised your profile up a little bit. Some papers still have a little bit of money out there. They might have done it for you, but as long as you know the criteria is, don't expect any. That's what I normally do. If it's a weekly newspaper, a lot of them are working off the idea that people will send them photographs. Now you could say, I'm not going to send any photographs to a newspaper that's not even going to pay me, and you'll be perfectly valid in what you're saying. But I would say you change that and you say, well, if they can't pay me, can I get something out of it? Exposure, raise my profile, get my pictures out of there. If they use it, it's a nice press cutting for there. So you say to them, you can use it, but I want a picture credit. You can use it, yeah? But always try and get some money out of it. Yeah, nice image, really good that. Now, am I going to choose an image here? It's just such a good image. I like that. Let's have a little look through here then. I'm going to choose. Now on Robert's, I tell you what, let's go through them. I'm going to pick my winners out of all of you. So I don't want an overall winner. So we've got Lee's images here. Lee's images, I'm going to say, there's always a positive out of everything. I love the little bug Lee. I was talking about that one. And the Kestrel I was explaining that you're having. Just giving them photos for a free creative environment where other photographers don't get paid. I would say yes, Lee, and it's a great question. Let me just come over to you for a second. Let's bring that comment up on there, yeah? So let's just go back on that one. Does giving a newspaper or a media organisation photos for free create an environment where other photographers don't get paid? I would say yes, in the past that was absolutely the case. It was the case, I remember, way back when they started to get rid of newspaper photographers, media photographers, employing staff photographers. And I would say yes. Yeah, but I'm talking probably longer than 10 years ago. I would say that have a detrimental effect. The way the industry works now is these people, these organisations, these media clients, these media, news groups have not got any money. Very small amount of money, or certainly that's what they tell you. Or should I say no budget? It's not that they don't have money, they have no budget for it. Okay, so they have taken, and you see it, they have taken the approach that they can fill their newspapers, or many of them will sorry, I got distracted by the comment. They will fill their Facebook pages up, and they will find news because they haven't got the staff that they used to have by getting people to submit their photographs. This was always the case that they submitted photographs. I remember even when I started my career and I was on my first newspaper, and they were saying, you know, we were going to give reporters Instamatic cameras to go and take some pictures. They soon realised that a reporter's skill is writing, not necessarily taking photographs. So back then, and I'm talking 20 plus years ago, then it had a detrimental effect, but not now. I don't think so, because their budget is not going to be there. I need to get into the practice of sending images straight away. Yeah, yeah. Remember, if you go for a weekly newspaper, you've got a little bit of time. So find out when your deadline is maybe for the weekly newspaper, because it does spoil the moment. If you're enjoying the event and you want to do nice natural photographs, you suddenly throw into the remit that you're going to rush because you've got to get pictures out. It might take you away from building up your portfolio. Speak to me, Robert, and I'll guide you. There we go. That's what it's for, sharing advice. So back to Ollie's question. Does it well? I don't think so, because the budget's not there. Now you could say, well, if nobody supplied them with any images, then the newspapers won't survive. Yeah, some of them won't survive, and some of them are closing down. But yeah, as I say, I think as long as you can get something out of it, you can get something out of it. That said, some of the copy in the national papers is shocking at the moment. It's like totally bad grammar and that in it. Oh, it is very horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Right, let's go back over here and let's just get rid of me for a second. So I'm going to pick my favorite photograph, okay? And everybody's different. Everybody that's watching this after the rerun and doesn't know the followers and the people that have taken the time to put the photographs in for the challenge, everybody has different levels of expertise, okay? So we can't pick an overall winner because everybody's got different, different profiles, got different knowledge in the photography remit. I think I'm leaning towards this one from Lee. I like this shot, especially as the fact that it's taken on the iPhone SE, which I think is a great capture. I just like it. I like the fact that you've gone in close on there. All right, and sometimes an image is just nicely framed. I love the squareness of it. I think it's good. I think the picnic photograph says thank holidays. I speak properly in England. So that's it, Lee. You're going to get one of them, buddy, because I think this is kind of suitable. Nature, taking a picture. Like that image, great on you, buddy. Well done. Super. Really nice shot. Good stuff. Now, let's go over to Patrick. I don't think Patrick is with us. Now, for Patrick's shot, it's going to be a difficult one, because I do like both of these images. I do like it. Right, purely for its creativity, okay, and it's a bit different, I'm going to go for this one. I like this one. So Patrick, if you watch the replay, this is for you, buddy. You got it. You got the frog for this one. I like this shot. It's not overstating. No problem, Lee. It's not overstating the fact that it's a carnival shot. It's a different kind of. I'm sounding better already. It's a different kind of image, yeah, and I like the fact of that. Okay, yeah, people can look at it and go, you could change this, you could change that, you can do it. I just like it. It's good, brilliant. That's for you, Patrick. Well done, buddy. Now, Robert, you've given me a big choice here, which is good. I like it because you've really gone for it, and it's brilliant. So I'm just going to remind myself of these images here. Abstract, yeah, it's quite abstract. Let me just go through and have a little look. I do like the flag. The flag is good on the device. Blondie Goes Wild is good. Now you see, this is the first choice. I can't give you two. I think there's three strong images here. Okay, three strong images. And don't be offended, I'm not saying that about the other ones. This is my personal preference, okay? If I was sat on a picture desk, which I have done in the past, and I've been, a senior photographer on a picture desk, choosing photographers' images and commissioning them, okay? The three that I particularly like, this one here, it's a cracking shot. This one here, I could, if I was on a weekly newspaper, I'd probably, and I needed a picture for the front page or something to really, really jump out of the page. I like that one. Yeah, the colour, the expression, everything, brilliant. But it wouldn't even matter where the event was. I would argue, if I was on a picture desk and say, right, we want a nice, good, really good striking image in this week or this day's copy of the newspaper or online. This is the picture. We can, we'll put a caption with it, put it up. I like that image. Now, the only other one is this one, is that one. I like it, but going back to it, the last one wins easily. So it's a cracking image, all right? But just for the fact of how much work you would have had to put into it, and maybe this one is slightly easier for people to create, yeah? So I'm encouraging the fact that you're dealing with the people and getting out there and creating some lovely portraits. I'm torn between these two. That darn light, I'm going to knock it over. I do like that. Come on, which one would I use? It's a lovely natural picture. So's that. Okay, drum roll please. Only for the reason of how difficult it is to approach people sometimes. Okay? Cracking image, love it. He is a performer. So maybe this is the only way I can distinguish between the two. Because he's a performer, there is an argument there that he's easier to photograph. Okay? Doesn't distinguish between the photograph is cracking photograph. Okay? Still brilliant. So I'm going to choose the one that I think would take more skill as a people person and as somebody that needs to talk to their subject, to win them over, to allow them to go in there and take an image. Yeah, it's got to be the picnic. Okay, so the picnic has got it for me. Love that image. You got it. That's it, buddy. Kermit says he likes that image and I like it too. I think this image. Now, if you're watching this and going, "Why, goodness me, what a terrible choice." Let me again tell you why. A lot of photographers, it's a nice image, nice image. All the images are nice and the winning ones are really good. I like them all, okay? But like I say, you don't win anything apart from the frog. This in particular is because you've had to go in and have a conversation with them and introduce yourself. Thanks, Scott, and everyone for your comments. That's great. And you've done it and you've gone in there and you've taken the bull by the horns. And I know we've all been there, okay? There's professional photographers on here at this moment in time. I know, Matt, you do a lot of stuff if he's still out here, you know, and we've all done it. You're at an event, you're at a wedding, you're at whatever, and you're wandering around and you're going, I can see an image just there. I can see an image of those people there. But for me to take it, I've got to suddenly become their friend and go over. And it takes a big bit of to go over and not make a fool of yourself and be confident and say, hey, can I take your image? And you've done it and it's great. And it's really lovely picnic, English countryside, village fete, picnic, relaxation. The teapot's even got a little tea thingy warmer on the top. I think it works. It's great. And so do all the other ones. There we go. Brill, listen, it's been a lot of fun. Going on from that very, very quickly, I was speaking to a photographer friend of mine and he does a little bit of, well, he does quite a lot of it actually. He's a very, very good photographer. Frog's a good enough prize for me. Frog's Choice stickers needed as SR Picks merchandise. Lovely. I think we need to do that, buddy. I'm scared to ask permission when I take a selfie. Yeah, you might say no to yourself. Hey, listen, what I was going to tell you was there's a photographer that I used to work with and have done many times in the past, and he's got amazing documentary and photojournalist, and he's worked for the Independent magazine, and he's had his own books and exhibitions, and he's also done some lecturing at a university. And I was speaking to him actually when I went up to Cardiff earlier on this year, and we caught up after a long time and he was telling me about it, and I was saying, how's the lecturing going? And a lot of photographers, he would say, the lecturing is really good. I said, do you get much from it? He said, yeah, I really do. He said, it can, has its ups and downs. But he said the biggest thing that he notices is for I was going to say younger people, but anybody can go to university, but let's just say the university's typical age is for people, young people that start a university course in photography, or college course, and they want to be a photojournalist. They want to be a photographer. They want to be dealing with people, and they don't know how to deal with people. They have no idea. Oh, one question, 2 seconds. Scott, one question. Have you thought about streaming on Twitch? Could help increase the viewer counts. YouTube is really bad at promoting live streams. I have thought about doing stuff on Twitch. I don't know a lot about Twitch other than my son, who does a lot of gaming stuff, and he said there's a big community out on Twitch, and it might be a case that we'll look at that. I'm toying with the idea, just to answer your question very quickly, is we've got some great people on here, but you're absolutely right. It's always nice to have more people. So Twitch could be an option, and there could be an option that I might start doing some stuff on Facebook Live, because we want as many people on here as possible, because it gives me something to talk about. But back to my guy. So he was saying it's the amount of people that invest their time and their effort and their money into signing up for a university course in photojournalism and photography in general, and they have no experience in going out into the world and going up to complete strangers or contacting people and finding a story, contacting the people, going up to them and taking images. They have no skills in that. Right? So, and they have this portfolio of stuff that's all taken in a studio. You know? Part of being a good photographer, if you want to deal with people, even street photography, and you don't even have to talk to anybody, it's learning how to deal with people and watching their mannerisms, watching how they are, how they behave, how you can handle a situation, how you go about approaching people. And in the day of social media, when everybody is on Twitter and Facebook and everything like that, I think there's a danger that people are going to forget how to hold a conversation with people. Yeah? We see it, don't we? We see it on social media. They forget it. So, skills, photography skills. You can learn photography skills. You've got to learn how to deal with people. That is it. Thank you so much for joining me. Just to give you a little update, I've got a busy couple of days. I'm considering moving this from a daily show to a weekly show. Because the main reason is because I wanted to try to bring in some more people to interview, and it takes time to do that. I've also got some busy period coming up over the next couple of weeks. So I'm thinking of doing that. Now, what I will do if this happens is I should be able to if you're following me, you should be able to get a pre-notification. So I will set it up about, I think I can set it up 7 days in advance. To 5 to 7 days in advance, I will log it on there, and you should be able to get a little reminder. So I'm thinking about doing that one. Hey, do you think there will be another challenge? Appreciate your work. Hey, thank you. I appreciate your work too. Do you think there'll be another challenge? Yeah, I think we'll probably do something else. That would be good. Maybe I'll come up with a tighter theme for you all. Cheers, Scott. Great to catch you live. And you, Ollie. Thank you very much. And Ollie, I hope to see you joining in. That would be brilliant. Excellent broadcaster, Scott. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Dave. Hopefully it's inspired you. Have a great rest of the evening. We're near enough dead on 1 hour. There we go. For a live stream that was only going to be a very short one. I've chatted a lot and I'm feeling better. I feel creative. I feel inspired. I feel like I need to go and lie down in a darkened room and look at a copy of Amateur Photographer or some such thing. That sounded wrong, but you know what I mean. National Geographic. No, that sounds even worse. The new Nikon brochure. No, that sounds even worse as well. I'm going to stop before the paracetamol mixes in with the coffee and I get locked up even more, and people think I'm really odd. Anyway, thank you very much. Have a great evening. Thank you for the live stream. Thanks, Robert. Thanks for all the pictures. Keep on taking those pictures and get out there and create some stuff, because you can't do it from your sofa. Or maybe you can. You could be the next sofa photographer. You could just sit on the sofa, drinking coffee, and never move from it ever again. I can see a documentary there. In fact, you can make a film and become famous. What do I know? I know nothing. I don't know anything. See you all again soon. Thank you, Andy. Cheers. Bye from me. So long. Goodbye.